Hello, welcome back to watch another Genshin TCG video. This time we are using a Serene meme deck. Now, since this is a meme deck, there actually isn't much to talk about, just play Serene, get a bunch of cards, they are either good or bad, and well, play accordingly. The game here actually isn't the most interesting one. I'm simply making this video because Serene is a very fun card, especially when you are using the new Melusine sword, because it makes it gets so much damage, bonus damage for your characters when you have Serene and the Melusine sword. I mean the +3 damage when you have what is it? 8 support value on the Ultimate Overlord's Mega Magic Sword. It's just, I mean, it's a joke, the whole thing. So deck wise, you probably already saw, we are using Navia, Mona, Noelle, simply because, well, both Navia and Noelle are able to equip the Ultimate Overlord's Mega Magic Sword since it's a Claymore. Mona is there for fast action and easy crystallize reactions, since apart from Weeping Willow of the Lake and Strategize, this deck does not have any other draw cards initially. So we are kind of forced to use the Navia's passives, crystal shrapnels, that draw cards for you when they are discarded by her skill or when they are played. So, you know, if you want to play this deck yourself, you can make the adjustments that you prefer. If you like to have a lot of draw power, then go ahead. You may do as you see fit. I'm only making this video because, well, Serene is just so much fun. It's like Chet when it first came out. Maybe not as much fun as Chet. I mean, Chet was just completely ridiculous when it first came out. Just go ahead and win the game by bursting one of your characters. The good old days. But I don't actually know what there is to say about the deck. Try to get Serene as fast as possible, build stacks on the Melusine sword as fast as possible, finish off your opponent with either Navia or Noelle, doing ridiculous numbers of damage. Actually, there is something I can, well, while the game goes on, I can explain about the deck. So as you can see, we have Navia and Noelle, and depending on what your opponent is playing, for example, here we can see your opponent is using a rather high damage deck. They have both Chongyan and they have Diluc, both of which do big numbers of damage, especially when they have weapons equipped. Like we can see with the opponent's double Walkners, they are going to do a lot of damage.
As you wish.
And when your opponent is playing that kind of deck, you should always prioritize Noelle, since Noelle's elemental skill creates 2 shields and Geo Resonance can be used with Noelle's skill, just well, you saw as I did there just a moment ago. Unlike Navia's skill, while you can use Geo Resonance with it, the opponent's active character must have an elemental what is that? Well, affected by an element. In this case, Hydro from Mona. So when your opponent is using a high damage deck, prioritize Noelle over Navia. Since you can see, we are using Machine Assembly as well as General's Ancient Helm as our equipment. And of course Machinably is simply there to give us the equipment for free. So you should always prioritize Noel in these kinds of games. If you are a bit up against a stall deck, then use Navia, because her elemental skill does such massive single target damage, especially when this sword does have that +3 damage. Just go to town with Navia if you are up against a stall deck. But against deck like this hero, which our opponent is using,
As a good night
prioritize Noel, because Noel is the skill. It's the skill. You get 2 shields, and when the sword has 8 stacks of support, you do 4 damage and you get 2 shields per skill. And you can, no matter what, you can always use their Geo Resonance to get extra shields.
The Spina's on the case.
Well, I mean, someone can argue that there are actually situations where the Geo Resonance does not activate, but that would require the breastplate to be immediately broken by like Fatui Resonance doing a reaction that immediately breaks the breastplate shields, so the Geo Resonance does not activate. But that's the kind of very rare occasion when something like that happens.
Sorry, partner.
Now here the game is nearing its end. You can see your opponent has built up Deluxe Burst. They are probably planning to use it to take out Noel, since they used Fresh Prince of Freedom to gain the first action next round, which they can use to immediately take out my Mona. But, well, as you're going to see, their plan doesn't quite work out for them, since here you can, at first it may seem a bit odd what they are about to do. They switch to Mona. They do not take out my Mona with Diluc, they switch to their Mona. And this is, well, probably because I have not yet to play my Arcane God. Our opponent here could have taken out Mona with Diluc. Then I would have brought out Noel, and Noel would have taken out their Diluc. They could have then choose their Mona, use Mona's skill. I would have taken out their Mona, and then for our opponent, there could have been a chance that I would be unable to do a third attack, and there Chongyan would be safe to freeze me at the start of next round. But because I have yet to play my Arcane, our opponent probably thinks that I could have fresh winds of freedom in my hand. So they chose to go on Mona, probably because they are afraid that there is the double kill coming in. And well, instead, I simply take out their Mona. Now they are forced to take out my Mona.
A touch of frost.
And then, once again, here's why Noel is prioritized over Navia against high damage decks. I can simply use Geo Resonance here to have a bunch of shields. Of course, instead of Noel's skill, I use a normal attack to take out Chongyan, because a double burst is not something I can take on. But a singular Diluc burst when I do not have Cryo or Hydro on my character is simply not gonna be enough. I mean, you can counter, even if they had Adeptus, it wouldn't be enough. And so I finished the game.
Where did I?
So yeah, try out Serene. It really is fun to play.